Well, good morning, Southeast Texas. Hope you're doing well. We're going to address the severe weather threat for the rest of this afternoon and evening. Again, we're continuing with the weather impact alert because conditions do favor the potential for severe weather at 11:51 this Saturday morning. We're looking at lots of clouds. It's a windy morning across Southeast Texas. Have had a few peaks of sun. Already up to 80 degrees over at the Horseman's Western Store in Orange, part of the Roofing 911 Skycam network. So you know the weather headlines. Weather impact alert for today. The severe weather is possible from roughly about 2 to 11 p.m. And after that, chilly mornings, mild afternoons following a fairly significant cold front coming in later on tonight. Now this front is going to bring some chilly weather. Tomorrow, there's a potential we may not get out of the 50s depending upon how much cloud cover we have tomorrow afternoon. So again, not much has changed since last night. It looks like between 2 p.m. and 11 p.m. we think that that'll be the window for the worst of the weather, the severe potential. Now, we could see some showers before that over the next couple hours until 2 p.m. and probably see some leftover rain after 11 p.m. tonight. As far as what we're thinking, still the potential for severe weather, damaging winds and hail. That's normally what we get in this kind of scenario. Still can't rule out the potential for isolated tornadoes. Now, I'm not expecting anything like what happened in Arkansas. Okay? May not see anything at all as far as any tornadoes, but I think we will be placed under a tornado watch. That's just my gut feeling right now by the Storm Prediction Center. We may see an isolated tornado, then again we may not. We just have to watch radar this afternoon and evening. So nothing has changed on the Storm Prediction Center as far as their forecasting ideas, still showing an enhanced risk of severe weather across Southeast Texas, mainly from Port Arthur south to Sabine Pass along the coastline, Winnie to High Island is a slight risk. So what does that mean? Well, the real numbers are 5 to 10% chance for tornadoes. So small chance, but not zero. So, well, we're okay. Hail and winds, what we normally see out of this kind of scenario. We've seen it lots of times. 15 to 30% chance of seeing damaging wind and damaging hail. Now, the hail could be big. 1 inch is what is the threshold for severe weather. Could be as high or as large as 2 inches. So something to watch. That's certainly you certainly want to take care of your cars should we get into hail-producing thunderstorms this afternoon, and hopefully we don't. Now, the threshold for a thunderstorm to go severe, again, is 1 inch size hail and or winds of 58 miles an hour or greater, and that's what we're thinking is possible coming up in the atmosphere later on this afternoon. So looking at the weather balloon data, that's what we use to ascertain how unstable the atmosphere and if the winds are favorable for tornadoes. And right now, the latest information that we have is that the atmosphere is capped. So there is a warm layer at around 3,000 feet preventing thunderstorms from developing right now. That cap is expected to weaken this afternoon. That will allow thunderstorms to develop. Lots of instability, and the temperature change aloft would favor hail to form and would also favor robust thunderstorms across our area, and the winds are changing direction from the surface. They're out of the southeast right now, and this afternoon the 10,000-foot winds will be out of the south and southwest, so there's rotational energy. So a lot of factors coming together. Now, as we go through the afternoon, the winds will not be as favorable for isolated tornadoes, which is great news, but it won't be zero chance, okay? So low chance for tornadoes, mainly damaging wind and hail if the thunderstorms do go severe this afternoon. We'll just have to watch that. So here's the latest weather information as far as the futurecast model. Warm and humid over the area, and yes, it's windy. We expect a line to form. Right now, we don't see any isolated or discrete cells on any of the models. That doesn't mean they can't form. Those are the ones that we're going to watch. So we'll put this into motion. And again, this is a rough estimate. Roughly around 2 p.m., the line should start reaching Tyler County, maybe over towards Liberty County. We'll have to watch for some isolated severe storms out of that. Then it should be smack dab right over central sections of southeast Texas around 6 p.m. this evening. And then The line will head on off to the east. Around 8 p.m. this evening, it'll reach the Sabine River. And that's when we think the severe threat will greatly diminish as winds turn back to the northwest behind this significant cold front, putting the end to the severe weather threat. And we may have some leftover showers behind the front, particularly here in the Triangle. And look at the temperatures falling into the 50s and even the lower 60s. I think it's a good chance if we hold on to the clouds tomorrow that we may not get out of the 50s coming up tomorrow. It's certainly possible. So again, using that model, we put together a graphic that shows when the showers and storms will reach the lakes area, roughly between 2 and 3, and it'll probably last until 10 p.m. So the lakes area in red. In blue, this is inland southeast Texas. That's Hardin County, southern Jasper, southern Newton counties. The line should reach northwestern sections of Hardin County roughly around 3 p.m. and the rains will persist over that blue area until about 10, maybe 11 p.m. tonight. The storms, the line should reach Jefferson County around 5 p.m. this evening, maybe 6, and then move through and persist with the rains until 1 a.m. Sunday morning. So that's your ETA on the rainfall. And again, right now, we're good as far as extensive cloud cover. That's good. We wanted this, and we've got it. That helps to keep the cap longer and keep the threat for severe weather, at least isolated tornadoes, down a bit. So still watching showers and storms forming. I don't see anything terribly strong. A couple storms off towards our north and northwest, but temperatures are warm and humid. A little closer inspection. Again, we're going to be watching these are discrete cells. Those are what we will watch for rotating. These are not tall enough to really see the rotational aspect. So we need stronger cells to produce tornadoes over our area. Just don't see that right now. And hopefully the threat goes down as the winds start changing direction. We see less rotational energy. But we are starting to see showers and storms really starting to ramp up over to Huntsville. Nothing severe right now, over towards Livingston and Conroe and back over towards west of Houston, over towards Waller County. So again, it looks like early this afternoon we'll start to see them really start moving in towards the lakes area and then through the Triangle later on towards this evening. Winds are gusty. We knew they would be. Remember, we've got lots of isobars over the area, lines of equal pressure. They're close together, and that is creating the winds. This is not caused by thunderstorm activity, just a big change in pressure. We've got higher pressure to the east, lower pressure to the west, and that change in pressure is causing, on your barometer, is responsible for the winds across their area. So consequently, we're looking at winds right now gusting to 37 in Port Arthur, 25 in Jasper, 24 into Beaumont. That's why there is a wind advisory across southeast Texas for the most part until 7 p.m. this evening. So what does that mean? That means we are expecting winds of 25 to 35 miles an hour and some gusts to 45, particularly I think in Port Arthur, maybe possibly towards Mid-County, Bridge City, also around LaBelle and Fournette, back over towards say Winnie and along the coastline. And again, that's because of that strong pressure gradient. So as we take a look at what's going on across the state, severe, I should say, tornado watch is up in effect for northeast Texas and unfortunately Arkansas. And again, not much right now, but we think that there will be a good chance that at least some sections of our area will be placed under a tornado watch sometime this afternoon as things start cranking. So that's where we're at right now. The focus for shower and thunderstorm activity will be watching right along that line as it moves closer to our area for the potential for severe weather coming up. Otherwise, look at that. College Station is 59. Yeah, Houston at 81, and the flakes are flying up into the Texas Panhandle. So we got on the warm sector, tornado watches, 250, 300 miles away off to the northwest, snow flying. So that's where we're at right now, and they expect 1 to 3, maybe 4 inches of snow up towards the Texas Panhandle through tonight and tomorrow. So again, that's where we're at right now.